G'day friends, and welcome to our Create Weekly sketch layout. It's Vickywright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. So I hope that's a little bit light for you. It's a little bit dark here at the moment, so fingers crossed. I'll just adjust a few things. Fingers crossed it's a little bit light for you. Okay, so today is Create Weekly, and we're going to be creating from number 23. I did use this layout on my card yesterday, very loosely, but along the same lines. So I thought we'd use the same layout today. So we'll just put that there, and we'll bring in our base card, or our kit, I should say, not our base card. So we're going to be playing with the Bright and Beautiful DSP. Just bear with me. I always think you've got everything, but you don't. And we're going to be playing with just grab these pieces. That's one, and this is two. So we're going to be playing with this piece here, and I think it could be that piece. So we'll see what happens. But this piece is variegated. Have I got any left? I just wanted to show you. That's it there. So yesterday we used this piece, and today we're going to use this piece. Okay, so it's all from the one sheet of DSP. Okie dokie. So we'll go over our bits and pieces. So we'll burnish this base card, which is Berry Burst. Okay. That aside. Now I've got a couple of scraps of the same DSP, and we're going to put this on the inside and on our envelope. So we'll do that first. One. Two. Get rid of this piece first. Just move this to the side. I always leave a little bit of an arrow or a little bit of basic or white showing down the side of the envelope, and I do the same for the inside of my card too. Okay, so we'll put this along the bottom, eh? Whoops, just like that. And then we'll trim our excess paper. And we'll put this on the inside. And then that's our inside and our envelope done. And those pieces are out of the way, so we don't fall into the trap of using them when we're not supposed to. Well, it won't matter anyhow. That's it. So we'll put that aside. Then we're going to bring in a piece of Bubble Bath. That's it there. And we've also got a piece of, as I said, the DSP. And chop this down to size that I want. So this piece is 1 3/4 wide, and we're going to cut 3 squares at 1 3/4, okay, which is about, I think it's about 4.4 centimetres. Whoops, I think I did that crooked then. I think it moved. There. And I just throw this extra bit out. Just saves trying to work out what the measurements are. So I just leave it a little bit longer than I need. And then I'm going to make sure that the pattern is correct before I stick it down. And that looks pretty good. Then we're just going to stick these 3 pieces on there like that. Move it across so that it's nice and even on all the sides. Okay, so we'll grab our, so we're doing this little bit here. So we'll just leave a little border along the, well, the border along the top will be wider, but we're leaving the same amount along the bottom and the left side. And then we'll have the same amount of bubble bath showing around 3 sides on this one. Okay, and we want our pattern to match up, and making sure that it's nice and straight. So that looks pretty good to me. And this one fits on. Actually, I might move this out a little bit, just a fraction. Just like that. And then this one will fit on a little bit better. Now, if you find, once you get to the end and you find your last piece is too wide, chop it off, but make sure you chop it off from the outer side. Don't chop it from the inside because you're going to lose your pattern, okay? And it just looks a little bit better if your pattern is running the same. Now, in saying that, you could have different DSP if you wanted to. There's nothing to say that you don't have to. So all these 3 pieces could be different patterns altogether, different colours, as long as they blend. You could also randomly create your own DSP, so stamp on a piece of pattern paper if you wanted to, DSP, basic white or cardstock, then chop it back to size. You can also emboss these 3 pieces with 3 different embossing folders and then put them there. That'd look nice too. So that's that. Then we're going to stick this to that, but I'm thinking I might cut this back a little bit, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to trim this off. I haven't chopped it properly. I was going to put a piece across the top, but I'm not going to now. We're going to leave it as is. So we'll just chop that back, just a fraction. That's it. I should leave well enough alone, but that's... Now, I will have a link to a tutorial below that you can click on, and it will have all the measurements, list of supplies, and step-by-step tutorial. Okay, and I'll link to this video. So we're going to stick this to this piece of basic white, just so there's a nice narrow edge or border of basic white showing around the bottom and along both sides. Then we can stick this to our base card. Whoops. Making sure it's facing the right way. And we're just going to stick that down there like that. So that's the basis of our card done now. Pretty easy, pretty simple. But that's okay. And you can see how the pattern of the DSP flows, and that's what you want. Okay, unless you're using different colours and patterns of DSP. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a piece of basic white and we're going to stamp our image. Now, we're going to use circle sayings, and we're going to use the cupcake and this image here. So we'll do our cupcake first, or our patty cake, and we're going to stamp that in, I haven't even got it, Memento black ink. That's the patty cake piece. Okay, so we'll just ink that up really, really well. Actually, I just want the bottom bit. Just like that. Then I've got a scrap of DSP with the circles, the bubbles, if you want to call them. And I'm going to do a little, actually I've done that wrong, but that's all right. We're going to do a little bit of paper piercing when we just want the paper there. Okay, so we're going to do this again because we actually want the whole image. Okay, so first up, what we're going to do is chop this colour around here. And we're going to chop it as close to that stamped line as we can. Okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do is cut along the top. Just like that. Okay, we'll put that aside so we don't lose it. And then we're gonna colour this. So we'll make our cake, crumb cake. Is this dark? Yeah. Oh, it's hard to, and we're just going to come into the sides with our dark. just going to shade this bit. My light's running out, so don't panic if you think I'm pressing hard on it. Okay, so I've just shaded that, and then the top of our cake, our icing, is going to be Daffodil Delight. Let's make it lemon lolly, eh? It's just a little bit lighter. I don't think there's much difference, but okay, so all we're going to do is come in from the sides. Just like that, with our dark. And then we're going to blend that out with our light. Pretty colour this. And that's it. Okay, now if we wanted to, let's add a little bit of Winker Stella to the top of the icing, eh? Make it all nice and shiny. Now it tends to bring the colour out a little bit too. There. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fussy cut this patty cake, cupcake. Go aside. I just leave a tiny little border around the image. You don't have to if you don't want to. We'll eventually pop this up. And we'll just get these out of the way. Then we'll bring in our piece that we've done on the DSP, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to stick that to the top, just like that, okay? And this is what's called paper piercing. A bit cold here today, my glue's setting a little bit. Oops. Now it's coming. Okay. I just thought it'd be nice to try something different and play with something a little bit different. Give it a different effect. Probably what I'm trying to say. So then we're going to put a few dimensionals on the back. Put one there, and one there, and we'll set that aside. Then we're going to bring in that piece of cardstock again, and we're going to punch. Actually, what we'll do first, before we do that, we'll stamp our image, which is the celebrate, celebrate, celebrate in a circle. I like this image, I don't know why, but I like this stamp set actually. And we're just going to stamp that there in Berry Burst. And I'm going to actually clean these images before we go any further, because I tend to get ink everywhere with the photopolymers. Okay, that's done. Close that up. Punch this out with the 2 3/8 circle punch. Now this is part of, I think I've probably done that too. Not far enough up. Okay. Can I get that out of there? Nope. What about here? Nope. Okay, let's get another piece of cardstock. And we will stamp this image a little further up. I didn't leave enough room. I forgot that there was a bit of a wider border around it. Okay. This might be better. I'll just clean this. Oops. Okay, let's see how we go now. That's better. Look at that. And then you're just going to punch that out like that. Making sure it's nicely in the middle. And punch. Then I've already pre-done a circle, or 2 circles actually. I'm going to bring that in there like that. Now I know it doesn't have a circle here, but I think it just needs it. And I'm thinking we put this on the top there like that, or we use that colour. I think we'll go for that, eh? So what we're going to do, stick this onto the bubble bath circle. Just like that. And we're going to pop this up too. What did I do with the... Just like that. Bring in our card. Pop that up there like that. And this little cake is then going to be popped up in the centre. Just like that. The sparkle and everything. Then we're going to do our sentiment. Now, it says to do it here, right? Just there. But I'm actually thinking we might put it along here. We'll see what happens anyhow, eh? I've got 2 pieces because I wasn't too sure what we were going to use. And they're different widths. So, I think we'll use Happy Birthday. And I think we're going to stamp that in Berry Burst. Let's keep it all Berry Burst. So I need a block. There's a pancake. And like that. Now, will this fit on here, this little narrow piece? I don't think so. No. Will it fit on this one? Yeah. Okay, so we'll stamp this in, what do you say, Berry Burst. And I'm going to stamp over to the right a little bit more than to the left. That's pretty good. And then we'll just clean that. And we'll cut this back to size. We'll just put a little bit of an angle on that. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. What we might do actually is, what I'm thinking is, that's better, just like that. I'm thinking if I grab a piece of bubble bath, oh, I've got a piece of scrap here. We grab a paper trimmer, oops, sorry. And we just want a narrow piece, okay? Cut that back. And I'm thinking just to break that little bit of white on white, we'll just put a little piece of the bubble bath underneath. Now, it's not going to matter that it doesn't match the left side, oops, the left side, because we're not going to see that, eh? And I'm going to shape this like that. Okay, so that is then going to go there like that. I probably did that too narrow. Let's see if I can pull this off. Okay. Okay. We'll start again. So I'll bring this piece in. Like I had two pieces. Okay, so let's start again. Put a little bit of glue down along the bottom. Bring this in. That there like that. Just hold it into place for a couple of seconds. And we're going to shape this, but I'm not going to cut it as close. That's better. Then we're going to pop this up, eh? One. We'll put 3 on there. 2. 3. And we will put that about there, just like that. And then to finish it off, we'll add a little bit of bling. So we're going to use our, I've got the 2 packs of Tencel gems here, and I'm thinking we might use, this is Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, Blueberry Bushel and Pretty Peacock. I think we might use the Berry Burst ones. These are Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia. Can't remember what they are now. Pretty Peacock. I'm going to have to write the colours on the back, I think. Okay, so we'll put these I'm thinking we just go around them, around that circle, eh? Just do it in the arch of the circle shape, just like that. And we'll just press down. I don't press down until such time as I'm happy with the placement, and then I will press down. So that is our sketch for today. So that's it there, and this is our card for today. Now I was going to show you the card I did yesterday, which is on my blog. And I'll just I'll have to glue that down, I think, with glue. So this is the one I shared yesterday. So each Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, Robbie and I go share a card or project with you, and August is all about the males. I did add an extra piece along there, and I've done a Father's Day card, and then these I had around here, but I've changed them to put them there. Okay, and I did change it a little bit, but as I said, this is the card, and I've just done it basically the same as our layout. Okay, so thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Okay, see ya. Hooray.